Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto and welcome to this new video right here on Zebec, the Zebec network or CBCN. Wanted to do a full video on this because, I'm not seeing a lot of, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I'm not seeing a lot of good analysis on YouTube, and I know that there's a lot of demand for that. I mean, whenever I stream, there's a lot of people requesting analysis for CBCN. Or for Zebec, which is called Zebec in this, it's easier. But there's also a lot of people reaching out to me in private, talking about, can you actually cover that? I mean, what's going on? Will it rally again? Because this has obviously done incredibly well since the middle of May. Did a couple of X's right here. It did like a 4.5x or so. So amazing price action, and I have kept my eyes on this. I mean, you can see I have an active, although quite primitive analysis, but I do have an active analysis on this. So just wanted to give you my thoughts. Now, when I first saw this project spring up again, I was quite surprised because I used this project back in the bear markets back in 2023. I used some of their products, and I actually held the old token, which I think they migrated in spring last year or something. But they've completely changed their entire project. I mean, it's something different now. It used to be, I think it used to be a launch pad of some sorts. So completely changed it, but it's quite impressive how they've done that after the token migration. So that's, in my opinion, my first impression is that's great. There's not a lot of projects that are able to rebrand and redirect their course in the way that they have done. So that's good news, and now they're very much based on payments, as I can see. They have their own cards. I think they're developing their own network. So in general, that is interesting, all right? And that interesting part has also been noticed by the markets. Look, price action like this, I'll just be honest about it. It's never only just new interest, right? It's also a market maker pushing it up. Maybe they have some of the supply corners. That is a possibility, and I do want to tell you that regardless of the project, and I don't mean this in a bad way because I know a lot of you are very interested and very loyal to Zebec, but price action like this in general can also end in a disaster, right? And we have seen that quite a lot in the last couple of months. So just be aware of that, all right? Manage your risk, diversify, all right? Don't have all your money in this coin, because even though the project looks great, all of the other projects, or at least a lot of them, that crashed in 2025 so far by 40-50%, also very often looked great, right? And that's part of the narrative. So just be aware of that. I would not have all of my money in this. I would keep it at like 10, maybe 20%, but that's in the end, that's up to you. But outside of that, like I said, it looks very interesting. Now, I still do think if you go to the higher time frames, that we are not again in an uptrend, right? On the 4-hour time frame, we've really lost the uptrend right here, the 3rd of June, beginning of June. And now we're trying to reclaim that. And you can see we got some new momentum right here over the course of yesterday. So it's very recent. But I'm still not fully convinced yet. On the 4-hour time frame, we have just about reclaimed the trend. But we're losing volume as we're reclaiming the trend, right? And losing volume after reclaiming the trend is not a problem. But I would say it's a little bit too close to call. We're still respecting the 30-day rolling VWAP as resistance. 7-day rolling VWAP is at the same levels as the 4-hour trend. So same thing. We're losing volume and at the same point of time, we haven't really reclaimed that yet. So what I just need to see is a new volume influx. All right, I really need to see some new momentum come in. I need to see a clean break above this level right here. I would say at 0.0046. If we're able to do that, great. And it is a possibility that we first need to grab some liquidity to the downside before doing that. Then we have a consolidation right here between 0.53 cents. So that's 0.0053, 0.53 cents. But then we have a consolidation right here between 0.53 and 0.43, 0.42. And from that consolidation, we can rally again. But like I said, at this point of time, as we have not sustainably broken above that level, I would still say that it's slightly more likely that we are going to remain in this downtrend. Not a massive downtrend, but that we will still trend down lower to the next major support level right here at 0.3 cents. All right, so if we're unable to reclaim that level, let's say in the next 2 days, this is most likely. And as we have not been able to reclaim that level right now, I would say this is most likely as well. Those are my thoughts, realistic analysis. Hopefully it helps, hopefully it's valuable for all of you, but that's it for now. So thank you for watching, take care, and bye.